Doing Yelp's review and filtering algorithm. So the motivation is that algorithms can have unethical procedures when filtering out reviews, and Yelp filters to promote quality and reliable information, help consumers gain insight and make decisions, reduce deceptive, disruptive, and paid reviews. The problem is Yelp's filtering algorithm can misclassify credible reviews as not recommended and deceptive reviews as recommended. So the background is average rating is only calculated by recommended reviews, and that can influence consumer decisions and impact business revenue. So it's a third-party platform for users seeking and submitting advice, businesses seeking feedback, and reviews are 1 to 5 ratings with written text. So this is the hotel that we're currently in, and there's like the average rating, number of reviews, address, recommended reviews, the review itself with sparse data, and the unrecommended review at the bottom. So the metrics is that recommended reviews is the majority, removed is because of terms of service violations. Here's the distribution of ratings by star rating, and mobile websites have the most unique visitors. And then the top reviewed businesses by category is shopping, then restaurants, then home and local services. And then 35 to 54-year-olds, finished college, 100K are the top demographics. Understanding Yelp. So there's a research that conducted average rating increases business revenue by 5 to 9%. And also there's no significant correlation between advertising and better ratings. Not recommended reviews are still accessible, does not censor free speech, and can be recommended if the algorithm changes. And advertising is provides a free service for everyone, does not classify it as extortion. So Yelp's filtering algorithms tries to remove purchase, bribed, social, political protests, not credible reviews, unrelated, and not understandable language. Reviews are removed by terms of service violations and court rulings, and the algorithm is undisclosed to prevent manipulating of the system. So the official Yelp dataset does not include not recommended reviews. And this also may inherit cleaning biases. So we're doing an external audit to sample an observational study by scraping. Getting all the reviews is not feasible because of the search limit and dynamic changes in search results. So two-stage sampling is basically proportional subgroups by city that adopt Yelp, and then sample the restaurants of those cities. And restaurants have the most consistent participation, so that's why we use restaurant data. So the clean data set is mostly not recommended, some not recommended. Equal probability projection makes it so that it's more than the total reviews itself because of probability and sampling, and then removed reviews are not accessible. So multivariate logistic regression is a unified model with binary prediction, and we get features from metadata converted to numerical, adjusted for distribution asymmetry, scaled, so there's direct comparisons, no weighting, and then you can measure it by importance. We pre-balance data set to 50-50 for equal emphasis for predicting recommended and not recommended reviews. So binary prediction metrics, there's true positives and true negatives as accurate, false positives, false negatives as misclassifications. Significance is by p-value, which is a test statistics for probable evidence. There's accuracy, precision, recall, and F1, which is the harmonic mean between precision and recall. So by restaurant metadata, we got name, address, city, average ratings, number of reviews, number of restaurants by city hub, Yelp website, Yelp listing order, and we combine with the review CSV, and we adjust for distribution asymmetry for the asterisks. So review metadata is date, number of friends, profile picture, location, number of photos, user rating, restaurant ID, which is binding, and then number of reviews, review text, username, and recommended. So the features created from metadata would be number of days published since 2004, which is when Yelp started, has been updated, profile picture, user to restaurant data distance with the Google Maps API, word length of text, word length of text without common words, number of sentences, and then the ratio between recommended reviews and total reviews, restaurant name, address, and then user rating subtracted by average restaurant rating. So the process text feature classification is use Google Dictionary to find percentage of words spelled correctly, and then also statistically solve for readability. So, characters, words, sentences, and you get a grade formula for kindergarten through college. Naive Bayes text classifier is you train text. This place is good, this place is bad. So the difference between the label is good and bad. So those are the trained words, and then it doesn't check for word order, and then it checks the occurrence and difference by label. And then naive Bayes is basically true positive over the summation of true positive over false positive. And that's same as precision in a sense. And then deceptive opinion spam is basically truthful and deceptive. They're similar to Yelp because it's opinionated, community guidelines. Deceptive is from Amazon Mechanical Turk. They earn money, so it alters incentives for monetary gain. And then there's the metrics for precision recall and F1 score. So extreme text classifiers test if violations are filtered before removal. So it's from the Google dataset from the Google platform, and they're similar in platform and interactions. There's the observations, precision recall, and F1 score for toxic, severely toxic, obscene, threats, insult, and identity hate. So for the sentiment language processing, it does consider word order and then find a tonality of a sentence. And then we could classify words as individual strings, and sentences are split by punctuation, identify nouns, verbs, word families, proper nouns, grammar rules, and then identify gender, and then label the sentiment. So total sentiment is negative, very positive, weighted, and then average sentiment is total sentiment by number of sentences. So the neural network is basically the recursive tree structure to fragment by nested phrases stemming from individual words. So slow is negative and enjoyed is positive, and it's split by the comma, and overall the sentence is positive depending on the grammar rule. And then the text readability, spelling, deceptive, positive, total sentiment, average sentiment are the features from the processed text. And then average user sentiment is subtracted by user rating to get another feature, and then average user sentiment subtracted by average rating. So for the mean, you notice that number of reviews, number of friends, profile picture is more towards recommended, and then text positive, and then average sentiment and average rating is for not recommended, and the magnitude corresponds to the reviews label. And then there's the Pearson's correlation, so it's the linear relationship of individual features. So again, it's the same order, and it adjusts for remaining asymmetry. And then logistic regression full is basically the collective relationship between features and prediction, and determines importance by coefficients. So sentiment to average rating, user rating, text total sentiment is 4 recommended, and then number of sentences, text average sentiment, and user to average rating is not 4 recommended. And then, reduced model is basically removing the insignificant features, and then precision recall F1 score are listed for full and reduced. It's the same order. And then the guideline for recommended reviews is submit for businesses with less reviews, rate critically, write concisely with overall positive message, variations in sentiment, mild complexity, less common words, accumulate friends, reviews, photos, and then update reviews less. And then for insignificant features, the restaurant name, address, and listing order proves that we had equal probability because of the insignificance. And then, they don't filter for extreme comments. And deceptive should be opposite for not recommending reviews instead of for recommending reviews from our findings. And then for ethics, information can be useful, important, misguided, or wrong. And pooling for a general consensus makes Yelp less likely to be wrong. And is a justified reflection of the collective experience. So it's dependent on the end user to take advice and make informed decisions. So in conclusion, Yelp sourcing algorithm promotes critical ratings, genuine reviews, quality of text with mild complexity, less common words, reliability with more reviews and more data activity, insight with variation of sentimental context and collective experience. Decisions are based on personal discretion, and filter reviews and average rating is just a justified reflection of the collective experience. Citations. That's it. Cool. Thank you. That's it. Thanks. Any questions?